Jacksonville is a huge city. Like, we're talking one of the largest cities in the entire country by land area. And because of that, the neighborhoods can feel totally different depending on where you live. You've got these quiet, newer suburban areas out in places like St. John's or Nocatee, and then you've got that whole beachside lifestyle along the coast, places like Jacksonville Beach, Neptune, and Atlantic Beach. And people always ask me, which is better, suburban or coastal? And honestly, there isn't one clear answer. It really depends on your lifestyle, your budget, and what you actually want your day-to-day life to feel like. So let's break it down a bit. If you're new to my channel, my name is Josh Rogers. I lead the F3 home team, and we've helped hundreds of families make the move here to Jacksonville. I make videos like this to help you get a real sense of what life is actually like here, not just the highlight reels online. And if you're thinking about making a move to Jacksonville, just text me. Tell me what kind of lifestyle you're picturing. Like, are you more of a suburban backyard person, or do you want to walk to the beach? And I'll send you some home options that actually match that. So let's start with the suburbs, because that's where a lot of people end up when they're moving from out of state. Suburban Jacksonville usually means places like St. John's, Mandarin, Bartram Park, and parts of Nocatee. These areas have that clean, newer feel. You'll see lots of master planned communities, wide sidewalks, newer schools, and tons of families out walking or biking. It's definitely the spot if you want that neighborhood vibe, where your kids can ride bikes to a friend's house, or you've got a community pool and maybe even a golf cart culture going on. The schools in St. Johns County are a big draw too. They're ranked among the top in Florida, which is one reason families tend to gravitate that way. You also get newer homes for the money, usually with a bit more space, both inside and outside. The trade-off, though, is you're going to be a little farther from the beach. Depending on where you are in St. John's, it could be a 30 to 45-minute drive to get to the coast. So it's one of those things where if you don't mind that drive, suburban living gives you more house for the price and more of that community lifestyle. Now let's flip over to the coast for a second. The beach communities, Atlantic Beach, Neptune Beach, and Jacksonville Beach, they have a totally different energy. It's more relaxed, more walkable, and honestly just has that everyday vacation feel. You can wake up, grab coffee by the ocean, go for a quick surf or beach walk before work, and that's just normal life out here. It's not all retirees either. You've got a lot of young professionals, remote workers, and families who want to be closer to the water. The houses are usually older, like the 70s, 80s, some renovated, some not, but that's part of the charm. And because space is tighter near the beach, you'll see more townhomes and smaller lots. Prices tend to run higher per square foot than suburban areas, so you might trade off space for location. But then the lifestyle, that's what really sells people. You're close to restaurants, bars, the beach, and you never really feel disconnected from the city. You just have to decide if that laid-back coastal rhythm is what you want every day. Okay, so one of the biggest questions people have is about commute time. Jacksonville's not really a small commute city. It's spread out, and traffic can build up depending on where you're coming from. If you're living in the suburbs, like St. John's or Bartram Park, your drive into downtown or the Southside business area might be 30 to 45 minutes, depending on time of day. The good thing is, the roads are newer and everything's been built up for that growth. If you're coastal though, it's the opposite trade-off. You're super close to the beach, but getting across town or into downtown can take a while because there aren't as many direct routes. You'll be using Beach Boulevard, JTB, or Atlantic, which can get backed up during rush hours. So if you're someone who works remote or only commutes occasionally, the coast might not be a problem at all. But if you're in the car every day, the suburbs usually make more sense. It just depends on how much driving you want in your daily routine. And hey, if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, I could see myself in either one, that's totally normal. Most people feel that way at first. So just text me, tell me what's most important to you. Like, do you care more about schools or the beach or getting a newer home for your budget? Once I know that, I can send you a few neighborhoods that fit both your lifestyle and price range. Let's talk numbers a bit because that's usually what makes people decide. Suburban homes in places like St. John's or Nocatee generally start in the mid-400s for a newer single-family home. You can still find townhomes in the 300s, and if you want something larger with more land, you're usually looking at 600s and up. On the coastal side, it's a little different. Homes near the beach start higher, think mid-500s for something smaller or older, and easily over $1 million for something updated and close to the water. Condos are a bit more affordable, but then you've got HOA fees, so it kind of evens out. The key thing is you're paying for proximity. In the suburbs, you're getting more house and yard. On the coast, you're getting that lifestyle where the ocean is basically your backyard. Neither one's better, they're just two very different kinds of Florida living. Now, this last part is kind of where people either know right away or they go back and forth for weeks. The suburban lifestyle is all about comfort, routine, and space. You've got community events, sports for the kids, parks, trails. It's super family friendly and easy to plug into. The coastal lifestyle is more about energy and environment. You're outside more, walking or biking places, meeting friends for sunset drinks. It's more social in some ways, but also more laid back. If you've got younger kids or you want top-tier schools, suburban life probably makes the most sense. If you're single or your kids are older or you just want to wake up and see the ocean every day, coastal living might be the dream. But like I always tell people, the best part about Jacksonville is that you don't have to pick one extreme. You can live halfway in between areas like Intracoastal West or Isle of Palms and get the best of both worlds. So whether you're drawn to the suburban comfort of places like St. John's or the laid-back coastal vibe of the beaches, Jacksonville's got a lifestyle that fits almost anyone. It's just about figuring out which one really feels like you. And if you're seriously thinking about making the move, text me. Tell me what matters most: schools, space, walkability, the beach, whatever, and I'll help you narrow it down and send you a few options that make sense for your lifestyle and budget. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.